It'll force you to be more creative. You'll get out there and try and experiment and do things because you'll have no other choice. If you don't have to have the latest and greatest garage, you'll discover things that you never knew about yourself. Some of them you're not gonna like. People will nitpick what you say, how you say it, what you look like, what you drive, what you're wearing. You just have to keep uploading. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the channel. For those of you that don't know me, I am Phil and I create automotive content. Supercars, muscle cars, hypercars, regular cars. I just love cars, man. So if that's your thing, give me a follow. Is automotive YouTube really dying? What do you guys think? There's been a lot of talk about that over the last few months, and it's not really dying. People love cars, people want to see car content. We are obsessed, aren't we? We love cars. There's nothing cooler in this world than the automobile to those of us that are passionate about cars. We are going to keep consuming content in our spare time. So it's not going anywhere. If you are someone that is into cars, I strongly suggest you start making your own content. Start now. Start today. Keep it simple. You don't have to do anything fancy. You don't need fancy equipment, fancy cameras. You can start just with your phone and a decent microphone, or get a GoPro. I use a GoPro. I've got a GoPro, I've got a Rode wireless mic, and I keep it really simple. I'm not a trained editor or cinematographer. I haven't taken any college classes on cinematography or editing film. I am a trained actor and I have lots of experience in front of the camera. But when it comes to the editing and the marketing, I've learned all of that on my own, and you can too. You should definitely create your own content because you will learn so much about yourself. You'll discover things that you never knew about yourself. Some of them you're not gonna like. Some of them may be tough to get over watching yourself on camera, which can be awkward. It can be weird. Editing yourself too, you're gonna find imperfections that you may not like, but that's okay. Eventually you will get over that stuff. It's a great way to meet new people. Those of you that I've met through social media, I appreciate your relationships. Those of you that follow me, no better time to start than right now. And you don't have to have fancy cars. I mean, of course, in the car community, there's pressure to have the latest and the greatest. They have the Ferraris and the Lamborghinis and the 911 Porsches. You don't have to have that stuff to create content. You just have to be confident with what you have. Whatever car that you drive, it doesn't matter. It could be a Honda, it could be a Suzuki or a Geo Metro even. I mean, who cares, man? Upload your content. There are always going to be haters. There are always going to be people that laugh, that make jokes, that get jealous. It doesn't matter what you have. You don't have to have the latest and greatest garage like Hamilton Collection, Triple F Collection, Manny Koshabin. They've got everything, all the money in the world, but even they still face challenges because it may seem like a cheat code that they've got everything in the world, but there are problems with that too. You don't have to be as creative when you have a team of people around you. It stifles creativity. When you have everything in the world, unlimited amounts of money, you don't have to be as creative. You can look at Hollywood, look at some of the best films. Some of Martin Scorsese's early work like Mean Streets, very low budget, but one of the greatest films of all time. And then you have these blockbusters that fail, right? You have these giant blockbusters that are awful. Well, the same can be applied to creating your content. There's a lot of pressure to have all of these nice things, to have these flashy things. What I'm saying is there's a lot of pressure to be rich, and there's nothing wrong with, I have my goals and dreams and aspirations, and you should too. There's nothing wrong with flaunting it if you have it. If you don't have it, that's completely okay, that's cool, and that can be a positive. It'll force you to be more creative. You'll learn new things about yourself. You'll get out there and try and experiment and do things, because you'll have no other choice. And yes, everything seems to be saturated now. Everybody's creating content, everybody's uploading content. It's insanity, right? Especially since the short form content hit. But most of these people are gonna give up. They're gonna quit. So all you have to do is start uploading today and try to get 1% better every time you upload. Get on a schedule. Maybe it's once a month, maybe it's once a week or twice a week. Don't go too crazy and just try to get 1% better each and every time. Learn something new about yourself. You will get better and you will start to grow a following. But that effort has to be there. You just need a little bit of effort. You don't have to buy any fancy courses. You don't have to spend a lot of money. All the information is already online that you need. And the rest of it you're going to gain through experience. It comes through experience. I cannot stress that enough. You just have to keep uploading. I've grown this channel to a little over 6,000 followers, and most of that has come within the last 6 months when I've really been pushing it and really uploading more, putting myself on camera rather than, if you look at some of my earlier videos, just going to car shows and shooting the footage and putting it up, which was a lot easier. It's a lot easier than speaking to the camera for 10 or 15 minutes, going back and editing out all the ums and the because I don't speak perfect English, I'm far from it, but I'm a stickler about the editing process, and I like to edit in a way to where, you know, I can make myself sound a little better than I actually sound in real life. Anyway, guys, so just yapping about this because I really enjoy this, and I love cars, and I think that you should do this too. And you can do this too. You want to be positive, motivate people, make other people feel good, spread some positive energy about the car community, because there's a lot of negative stuff out there about the car community right now, especially with the going green and how they want to, you know, cancel combustion engines, and we don't have to get into that. Share your passion, share your cars. I want to see what you guys have, and many other people do too. Let's see those cars. It can just be simple vlog style. One camera, simple content. I think that's what people want. People want more of the old school, traditional vlog style content. That's simple. Everything doesn't have to look like a movie. Everything doesn't have, you don't have to have a camera crew and all these different camera angles and color correcting. You don't have to do that, man. It doesn't have to be perfect. And some of you rich guys out there, if any of you are watching this, please start making content. We want to see your collections. There's going to be lots of people that are jealous of you if you have 10 Ferraris, a bunch of cars, a warehouse with 30 or 50 cars. But let's see it, man. Those of us that may never get to that level, we want to see what you have. We want to experience those cars with you. So please, get out there and show off more. A little bit of showing off is good. Share it with the world. Share what you have with the world, because we want to see it. I want to see those rare Ferrari F50s that we never get to see. Those McLaren F1s. Although we do see the McLaren F1s at Car Week and at certain shows around Europe. Considering how rare the car is, you do see it, is what I'm saying. But anyway, we want to see these cars, man. I want to see random stuff too, man. I want to see old muscle cars that are being rebuilt. I want to see daily drivers that don't exist anymore that are in good shape. I really think the vlog style content is going to continue to be popular. Not everybody wants to see overproduced content. And a lot of these automotive media companies now are producing stuff, and it's basically TV on YouTube. And some of it I enjoy. I'm not going to say I don't enjoy it. There's something about the intimacy of a vlog, a simple vlog, where you can really connect with your audience, and it's just you, and there's not much of a filter. I'm very interested to see what's going to happen with YouTube in the next 5 to 10 years. Are we going to see more? What's going to happen with short form content? Do you guys think short form content is done? Do you think that's going to fizzle out? Everyone's complaining about reach on Instagram, reach on TikTok these days, and how it isn't what it used to be. What do you guys think about that? And how do you think content is going to change in the next 5 to 10 years? It's going to be interesting with editing and AI and new software that we're going to have access to in the future that I think is really going to change things. So I think you need to get out there now and start creating content. I cannot stress that enough, because with technology and with software in the future, it's just going to be much easier. It's going to be easier to do things, to edit, and to even upload, and even shoot with what we have. Those are my thoughts. It's going to just continue to get easier. These people behind me cannot drive. Start today. The time is now. You got to start creating content. It will thicken your skin up, if nothing else, because when you start to get some views, you're going to start to get some hate, and people will nitpick what you say, how you say it, what you look like, what you drive, what you're wearing, and some of that is good. And you can always set your spam filters. Set your spam filters to block out stuff that you don't like. Some of us need a little bit of criticism. It'll toughen you up. Been a great experience for me overall. I cannot recommend it enough. As someone that also makes a lot of short form content, for the last few years I made a lot of content on TikTok and Instagram with the Reels. I've shifted my focus to long form content, and I really wish I would have focused on the long form content from the beginning, because it's much more rewarding. I will still continue to make the Reels and the shorts and the TikToks. This long form content is just much more rewarding. It's a more fulfilling way to connect with your audience. Also, anyone that started creating content and stopped or given up, you got to start back, man. I know it's easy to feel like a failure, to feel like, how am I going to make this work? It seems impossible at times, but you just got to get out there and make it happen. Thanks for watching, guys. Please like and subscribe, and we will see you next time.